Travel the road from Haiphong on the coast to Hanoi, capital of Vietnam, and you see some of the obstacles to economic growth here. You'd better start early because the 100 kilometers or so can take as much as 4 hours. The capital and its major port in a country of over 70 million people are linked by a 2-lane road used by traffic ranging from bicycles and donkey carts to buses and trucks. This is the Red Basin, the basin of the river on which Hanoi lies, and it's one of Vietnam's breadbaskets. Here the paddies extend as far as the eye can see, and countless thousands of farmers till the rich alluvial soil to produce huge harvests of rice and vegetables as well. Occasionally, you do see some evidence of modernization, here for example, where this farmer sprays pesticides on his pumpkins. But mostly, the work in the paddies is done as it always was, by hand. Irrigation canals supply the paddies, and all day these women raise water from a lower canal to a higher one by an ancient method, every day. Here, though, is another sign of modernization. This farmer rides to the paddies on his bike, loaded with tools. But this fellow looks like he could use some help. Still, a railroad track is good for more than trains. The road to Hanoi explains much about the capital's problems. It goes through congested towns like Hai Duong, where traffic often slows to a snail's pace. At times, this major highway narrows to one lane, as at this bridge, and opposing traffic must stop and wait. Where the traffic stops, activity by this side of the road responds. People cook, sell food, and even beg. This old man is using his wartime helmet for it. But a narrow bridge is not the only obstacle that can stop traffic on the Haiphong-Hanoi highway. A water buffalo can do it. Even a flock of ducks. In time, without some enforced zoning, the road will become one long strip development, and traffic will move slower still. The train, which for some distance parallels the road, is single track and, as yet, no viable alternative. All this explains the disadvantages of Hanoi's relative location, imprinted as it is on the city's urban landscape. Hanoi is the capital of Vietnam. It never was the largest city of this country, and it is not the largest city now. Saigon is much larger, nearly twice as large. Infrastructure here is less well developed than in Saigon, and vertical development is also much less than it is in the major city of the south. In the city center, the cultural landscape shows only limited signs of the new era. Note how few cars are on these streets. This dour-looking Stalinist-style mausoleum contains the embalmed body of Vietnam's communist leader, Ho Chi Minh. It is the national monument to his rule, complete with goose-stepping guards in an atmosphere reminiscent of Soviet-era Red Square in Moscow. In style and form, it well reflects Hanoi's slow change, its political dogma, and its bureaucratic gridlock. Legend has it that a 15th century Vietnamese emperor, having defeated the Chinese, was given a sword by a golden turtle on this Hoan Kiem Lake, Lake of the Restored Sword. That omen led the emperor to make Hanoi his country's capital, and today the lake, complete with an island pagoda, lies at the center of the city. That fateful bit of history endowed Hanoi with a permanent geographic disadvantage. Too far upriver for large ships, poorly connected to its port, difficult to reach, isolated at the heart of the Red Basin, Hanoi proves again that location is everything.